You're telling me if someone got on here and made a bunch of slanderous comments about you and your perspective and misrepresented you, that you wouldn't defend yourself? Especially when they have an audience as big as theirs, 2.2 million, and you're telling me you wouldn't defend yourself? Bitch, are you mad?
I think I just want to clear this up as well. Like, I don't hate Stevie. All right? I just don't care about the guy.
I don't care about them. Watch me do a bunch of live streams and videos and responses and all that. I don't care. If you read the message that he sent to Stevie, bitch, you care. You are weighing your feelings. That's why you're talking shit. If you really didn't care, you wouldn't respond. When someone truly does not care, that's when they ignore your ass. It's called indifference. The nigga does care. His feelings are hurt. That's why he was in Stevie's DM crashing out, talking all this shit. That's why he was crashing out in various videos, because the nigga does care. But he's too disingenuous to just be honest and say that he felt some type of way.
I don't like what he stands for, and so that's it. But
I don't hate you.
Yeah.
I hate everything that you do.
And see, if that was the case, you wouldn't have all these personal attacks. You wouldn't be saying, well, you should have got these school lunches, da-da-da-da-da. If you really were just about the points, then there wouldn't be any ad hom. You would just rebut the points and leave it at that. But that's not what he did. And even in the DM that Stevie exposed, he was in his feelings.
I hit you up before I dropped the vid, but got no response from you. If you up to it, we can get back on camera or have a chat offline, because this ain't it. I'm not going to be doing the back and forth online stuff, so let me know. If not, it's cool. Appreciate the look. LOL, you're a clown.
I just don't agree with what he stands for. You're a clown. Called me a liar and a manipulator multiple times before I said a word. Now you want to hop on a call? Nah. Carry on grifting. That nigga in his feelings. He was thumb thugging, okay? Tell me the energy isn't completely different from, I hit you up before I dropped the vid, but got no response from you. If you up to it, we can get back on camera and have a chat offline, because this ain't it. I'm not gonna be doing this back and forth online stuff, so let me know. If not, it was cool, appreciate the look. That sounds like a response from a man that does not have any ill will or anger or anything like that. This sounds like someone who is just like, look, we had a disagreement. It is what it is. It's not that deep. Yeah, you making it ain't it, but shit, like, we could talk. Which is funny, because in Stevie and There's Debate, he was like, well, there's no talking to these people. But ironically enough, in the beginning of this whole beef, Stevie was very open to talking. Didn't even have to do it online. He was like, shit, we can just talk behind the scenes. It doesn't have to be a spectacle. That's how I expect a man to respond. A masculine one at that. This response, it's giving, you're a female. I'm just gonna call it what it is. Women, in a general sense, we communicate a lot differently. We're not as objective. That doesn't mean we can't be objective, but more times than not, we lead with emotion. This is emotion. And let me put it to you how Abba could have responded to this without being an emotional little bitch. I didn't appreciate the way you painted me as a liar and a manipulator, because you said that I was manufacturing a narrative. I made sure that I had context in the video, da-da-da-da-da. Because of this, I would prefer not to have context anymore. Keep it playa. It didn't have to be this, you're a clown, called me a liar and a manipulator multiple times before I said a word. Now you want to hop on a call? Meh. Carry on grifting. It literally sounds like a woman who is like mad because someone said something about them and now they're trying to talk, and she's like, I don't want to talk to you. You said I was mean. This just sounds like a little bitch. This is giving female energy, and not good female, toxic female. Exactly, sound like a crazy ass ex. You're in your feelings. But people who are captured in the mind are not gonna look at this conversation objectively. His message, Stevie's message, he kept it playa. He said how he felt about it. This ain't it. But the rest of it is calm, collected. This is how masculine men respond to problems. They respond with solutions. This is a solution. Hey, let's talk about it offline. Appreciate and even showing gratitude for the live stream altogether. Appreciate the look. maybe, you know, Tether Abba doesn't understand what appreciate the look means because he's in Canada and his people are from Ethiopia and he doesn't know how Black Americans speak to one another. So maybe he just doesn't understand. But this is how somebody that's not in their feelings will respond to something. Only an effeminate individual would see this response to Stevie's calm, collected message and think, yeah, you told him. That's what females do. That's what I imagine. I imagine that Abba was like this when he typed that message. That's what it's giving. Better yet, it's giving carry on grifting. Look, I was once a teenage girl. I have sent text messages like this as a teenage girl. Me and my grown woman age, I'm not doing this no more. But as a teenage little broad, I have definitely sent a few messages that look like this. His audience can't see that. How do you not see? Also Cardi B, like, how do you not see that? There's no way they're reading all of these messages and still thinking that this nigga doesn't care. This is a hurt nigga. All of this is emotion. Whereas Stevie's message, it was objective. It was a solution to a problem. Keep in mind, this is a message after Abba was already making videos making fun of him, saying that he needed school lunches and calling him all types of names and talking all types of shit. And even after that video, since you want to pull context, even after that video of them clowning Stevie after the debates, Stevie's response was, look, you know, this back and forth ain't it. His response was calm and collected after they were talking shit. So see how the response to negativity is different between an effeminate man and a masculine one? The masculine man is gonna want to solve the problem. The effeminate man wants to talk shit and clap back. Because that's what Abba was doing. He was clapping back. He was trying to clock his T. Whole time, all he did was clock his own.
He may not like how I communicate, bro, but I never came with any disrespect. And he felt disrespected by my perspective, by how I view things, dog. But I kept it cool. I kept it professional. He had to save all this extra whole shit for the camera to perform for y'all, to make Stevie look like the fucking Uncle Tom, bro. Like, I get it, bro. You can play this game, dog, but the hoest sucker shit ever, bro. Like,
and see, look, Abba's trying to get ready because he wants to clap back some more by putting on the cowboy hat so he can mock Stevie.
But this is such whole shit, bro. This is such whole shit, dog.
It is.
Ooh, this is bad, dog. This is not how men move, bro. Regardless of how the fuck y'all feel.
I was like, nigga, you've made like 30 videos on this. We've done 3 about you.
So they're conflating things. He was reacting to their content. It's not so much making videos about them. It's about reacting to the content, not like holding them accountable for things or talking crazy to them or anything like that. Stevie was a fan of Abba and Preach. He would react to their content and agree with a lot of what they were saying. That would be tantamount to like Pop the Balloon going back and be like, well, Abba and Preach, you guys made this many videos about us. We've made none about you. Or Jubilee. Well, you know, Abba and Preach, you guys have made this many videos about us. We've made none about you. It's the same thing. You guys react to content. He reacted to your content. You're chastising him for doing the very thing that y'all do to other channels. They've reacted to Jubilee, The Cut, Pop the Balloon. They've reacted to these channels a plethora of times. There was one season where it was like every single video was a Cut reaction. So does that mean like you're obsessed with The Cut? Or does it mean you're just making content off of content that you enjoy?
I don't think he is.
I think he's just stupid. To insult him or anything like that. He says, I never called him a liar and a manipulator, but when you accuse someone of intentionally taking someone out of context, knowing what the full context is, and then you accuse them of manufacturing narratives.
Which you do. You proved that you do that in the very video where you were talking trash about Stevie, accusing you of doing that. So come again? This is the crazy part. You end up revealing yourself while trying to defend yourself.
Them of deceit and manipulation. But Stevie thinks that because he didn't say liar and manipulator, it doesn't count. That's akin to me going up to Stevie and be like, you forced yourself on that girl. And then Stevie's like, well, are you saying that I raped her? No, I didn't say grape. No,
The disconnect here, at least what I'm gathering, is that from Stevie's perspective, it's not that deep. The whole, them taking Charlie Kirk out of context conversation wasn't that deep. Look, I don't agree with this. I feel like you did this. Let's talk about it. And then afterwards, it is what it is. Abba is more emotional about it because he's like, well, you said this about me. Oh, well, you call me a liar and manipulator. And it makes sense why he feels this way. Because he is a liar and a manipulator. He does manufacture narratives. So, of course, a hit dog gonna holler. He knows deep down inside that he is a motherfucker that will manufacture narratives.
But no negative energy there. When you hear people talk like that, all that does is let you know who you're talking to. And you can't talk to them, bro. And Abba is one of those individuals you can't talk to. Abba, if you're willing to talk to me directly and not do this online beef, bro.
I did DM him.
If I peep game that you're actually like full stop, like you're really full of shit, and I no longer want to associate myself with you, I can rescind that invitation. It's like, Stevie extended it because at that point, it wasn't that deep. Abba makes it deep, and now he wants to go back, you want to talk? You want to talk now? Not anymore. I done see how you move. I don't want to talk to you no more. And now he's going to try to throw Stevie's words back in his face, saying, well, you said you wanted to talk. After a certain point, yes, I'm rescinding the invitation to talk because you don't actually want to talk. You want to create content. You want to manufacture beef. You want to get a gotcha moment. You want to entertain your audience. You don't actually want to talk. And that's what I think Stevie peeped.
All right. So it says, so after I saw that video and you want to talk, I said, nothing really handle. I don't rock with you, but I saw your most recent vid and you said you want to talk, if you want to hop on live. And then he said, nah, you definitely fake. You a bitch and a racist too.
Abba had all that same type of energy in his message, his original, after the live stream or the video, whatever. You a clown, da-da-da-da-da. He was in his feelings, but now he wants to clown Stevie for giving him that same type of energy. I think that Stevie in his message, he could have articulated that better. He probably did at this point get in his feelings. So this message is emotional. It highlights the point that I was just making. What would be gained from talking to somebody that's so disingenuous? Absolutely nothing outside of content. And see, Stevie Knight, he mentioned as much, oh, this is good for business. Yeah. But it seems like he don't want to be in no beef, back and forth nonsense. Like, he don't want to be involved with any of that. He just wanted to have conversations and share ideas, disagree, and have it not be this big emotional thing. But after someone talking so much shit, taking you out of context, and then not only that, it's not just Abba and them talking about them. You got a bunch of other content creators talking shit about him too. So what is there to be gained from now having a conversation with you? Why? So you can take it out of context again? So you can manufacture more narratives? So you can try to plan a gotcha moment? Ain't nobody got time for that. He could have just said, nah, I'm good, and left it at that. That's what I would have done.
Doing the most for clicks. You got it, Brody. I'm cool doing anything on my platform. I don't work with bitches. You want to chop offline? Cool, but you can keep that gay drama shit. So I was like, all right, that sounds good, boss. And then, hold on, let's see. I think there's like one more DM from him. Yeah, and then he says all this shit. I don't have to read all of it. You guys can press pause, but we just...
They don't want to read it because they know their audience won't actually read it. That's why. LOL. I've already offered to chop with you multiple times before your little exposed Stevie video, but you said no. Fact. I see, ignored those messages, but now you want to get back on camera and continue your clown show? Fact. Nah, I see the type of shit you on. You a snake, bruh. When you peep game that you dealing with a disingenuous nigga, like, of course you don't want to deal with them. I know this for a fact because I've been in a situation like that where you've been cool with somebody and then they reveal themselves to be a bitch. They reveal themselves to be a liar and a manipulator. Like, literally, Justin, literally. If you know, you know. Where's that damn welding school? That's all I'll say. When you've seen shit like this and you're a genuine person, you like to be honest with people and you come to the table, not trying to hide anything, not trying to pull gotchas. When you deal with somebody that does the gotchas and talk the trash and lie and manipulate and all of that, you don't want to deal with a person like that because you know that that's not a fair fight. Because whereas they will lie to win, you're only going to tell the truth. And it's very hard, Especially, like I said, they have a big audience. Their mind is captured. They're going to grift so hard just to agree with ABBA. Even if the facts and evidence are in their face, they don't give a damn. They'll try to splain it away. Even if the splaining makes no goddamn sense. Of course, when you deal with somebody like that, the only thing you can do is present the evidence. And then if their dumbass audience wants to still suck farts out their ass, let them do it. You lead with the facts and the evidence, and then you cut the conversation off. I offered to shop with you offline directly in my response video after that, but that seems to slip past you too, huh? In other words, if you wanted to talk offline, we could do that. I'm not doing this sucker shit for an audience. At this point, he's just like, what are we doing this for? Clout? Just to get views? It seems like Stevie don't care about the views. You want to entertain your audience, and you want me to be the butt of the joke. You want to come with your little gotchas and all of this. When they first had that original debate, he did that because he thought ABBA was a stand-up man, even though they disagreed. So that's why he wanted to have the debate online. Because it's like, hey, you're a stand-up person. I see myself as a stand-up person. We could have a good conversation and then see what happens from there. So that's vastly different from now you've realized this person is a manipulator and a liar. It changes then. Now it's like, no, I don't want to have a conversation with you unless we're going to talk offline because I'm not with this sucker shit. I'm not trying to put on a show. I'm not trying to do this clown show with you. It's completely different.
And Stevie's like pretending like the energy is like very different.
You sound hurt. Nigga, in your original clapback message, you sound hurt. You're a clown. Bitch, you sound hurt. ABBA will do things and then he'll chastise Stevie for doing something similar. Nigga, do you not look in the mirror? You have no idea how you come off.
But what I said in my video about him is the same stuff that I said.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm going to press play or just keep going, I think. Is it pressing play right now? Is it moving? Okay, cool. All right, and then don't worry, this is my own.
ABBA showed his true colors to me. He showed himself as a clear-cut racist, right? ABBA hates white people. He demonizes white people. That's a fucking fact. He's just not gonna tell y'all to your face.
To that point, I don't think that that's a point I'm willing to die on, this whole ABBA hates white people thing. Stevie never proved that point.
Show me a single child in America going hungry. Doesn't exist.
When I hear Kirk say we don't have a child hunger,
I honestly don't care about that part in their conversation. Like, in my opinion, neither of them give a damn about hungry children because neither of them are putting money where these hungry, starving children's mouths are. So I could give a damn. They don't care. They don't actually care about these issues. Is ABBA donating this large amount of money that he's getting from these videos? Is he donating it to feed the children of America? No, he's not. So he doesn't give a damn either. So we're not going to sit over here and harp on this point. Well, he made 5 videos about ABBA. They're slandering his name. What the hell do you expect? They're lying on him and slandering him. Of course, he's going to make multiple videos to defend his name. You're telling me if someone got on here and made a bunch of slanderous comments about you and your perspective and misrepresented you, that you wouldn't defend yourself? Especially when they have an audience as big as theirs, 2.2 million, and you're telling me you wouldn't defend yourself? Bitch, are you mad? Well, he made 5, anyone would do that. He's being slandered. Duh. If you were in this situation, somebody talking crazy on your name, bitch, you do it too. I don't know everything about Stevie, right? He might have other traits that I find deplorable. I don't know this man. But if I'm going based off of what I've seen, Stevie seems like a stand-up guy. He's genuine. He's gonna lead with how he feels about you. He's not gonna pretend. He's not gonna smile in your face and then behind your back edit a bunch of videos to make you look crazy. He's gonna tell you up front what it is. Not every disagreement has some kind of, just anger and vitriol behind it. Sometimes we disagree because we just don't share the same opinion and I want to just talk to you, but we're talking, it's not that deep for me. But for ABBA, it was. ABBA's feelings were hurt by Stevie's video, his initial video, and he continued that hurt into their conversations. But see, here's the part that makes him a snake. ABBA knew his feelings were hurt. Rather than being upfront with Stevie and saying, you, yeah, we can have the debate, but you, I don't like you, you're a clown. Rather than having that energy before the debate or even during the debate, he waited until after, because that is what a snake does. If I don't like you, I'm going to be honest with you about that. I want us to know where we stand. I want you to know this is how I feel about you. Understand that these are the contexts that we're going into this conversation with. I don't like you. And that changes everything, because then you know where you stand with me. Oh yeah, they don't like me. So you know to be a little bit more careful. This conversation could go left. I need to be on my P's and Q's. I need to approach this conversation a certain way. I approach conversations differently. If I'm going to be talking to somebody that I know does not like my guts, the way I'm going to communicate with them is going to be a little bit different. Same content, but the way I go about it is going to be different than if I'm just talking with somebody that I think I'm cool people with. So Abba withheld that information from Stevie. Stevie thinks he's going into a debate with somebody he's cool with. Maybe not friends, but acquaintances. And Abba's going into the conversation angry, butthurt. You call me a liar and a manipulator. I'm gonna get him. Why not just be upfront with him and tell him that you think he's a clown? Why didn't you tell him you thought he was a clown before then, Abba? Why not during that conversation? Hell, if you want to say, look, I got in my feelings after the debate or during the debate, why not communicate that during the debate? Why are you waiting until after the fact? Because you're a snake in the grass.
But Stevie's been making videos about us for a long time. Most of them not negative, but he made one.
None of them negative, besides this one, which I didn't know Abba felt some type of way. Clearly, he felt some type of way from it, but didn't let me know till after our debate.
Stevie just wanted to have a genuine conversation. Abba wanted to get a gotcha moment so he could make follow-up videos after the fact, saying a bunch of negative shit about him because he felt some type of way about what Stevie said.
This is what he replied. All right, so it says, so after I saw that video and you want to talk, and I said, nothing really, Handle. I don't rock with you, but I saw your most recent vid and you said you want to talk, if you want to hop on live. And then he said, nah, you definitely fake. You a bit and a racist too. Doing the most for clicks. You got it, Brody. I'm cool doing anything on my platform. I don't work with bitches. You want to chop offline? Cool, but you can keep that gay drama shit.
Exactly. Because if I know that you're trying to create narratives, if I know that you're trying to paint me a certain way and you're being disingenuous, you're lying on my character, I know what I said in my videos, but you're painting this narrative about me just shitting on black people and you're going out of your way to do it. Yeah, of course I'm not going to want to do anything with you online. If you want to talk about it behind the scenes, sure, but I'm not playing this game with you while you try to assassinate my character. You can't be mad at him for defending himself, especially when he's being slandered, especially when Abba is outwardly lying, as you've seen in this whole live stream. This whole live stream has been all about exposing the dusty tether. He did manufacture and slander the hell out of Stevie. So yes, he has every right to make as many videos as he needs to clear his name. That's what a lot of people would do. He's made 5 videos. Well, no fucking shit. You keep lying about him. And he keeps having to prove his point, prove himself, prove that what you said was false. 5 videos. When people lie on you, of course you're going to respond that way. Of course you're going to clear a name. Let's say Fresh and Fit put a lie out about Abba and Preach, and it's so egregious, and a lot of people believe it. You best believe Abba and Preach are going to make video after video trying to clear their name. But they want to weaponize this human response that Stevie is having to being slandered. They want to weaponize that against him to try to make him look bad. With 5 videos. Bitch, you're lying on him. Of course he's going to clear his name.
All right, that sounds good, boss. And then, hold on, let's see. I think there's like one more DM from him. Yeah, and then he says all this shit. I don't have to read all of it. You guys can press pause, but we just we're gonna keep going with it.
Nah, hell nah. We're not doing that. We're not doing that, bro. We ain't about to just be glossing over shit, bro. You know what I mean? There's purpose to everything I fucking do. Oh, hold on. Wait. Let me see where he's gonna go after this.
And you know what I mean? And Stevie's like pretending like the energy is like very different, but what I said in my video about him is the same stuff that I said.
Yeah, 100%.
No, the fuck it's not, bruh. No, the fuck it's not, dog. Abso-fucking-lutely not. I'll do the whole shit. I'll give y'all the whole conversation, bruh. We gonna let y'all see the whole shit.
Him bringing up these DMs, it shows you exactly the type of nigga, the type of snaky, slimy, greasy individual Abba is. And it makes it that much worse when you know that Abba has put out videos prior to this condemning the very same behaviors. That just makes it even more disgusting. It's like, did you do all of that because you know that's the right thing to do? And did you put out all those videos condemning that behavior so much to gain the trust of your audience just so you could weaponize that trust against them to push nonsense in the future? Because that's what a lot of these folks do. They start off by saying a lot of good things that are accurate and objective, and then later on they flip the switch and then they start feeding you nonsense. And because you built that trust by telling the truth in the beginning, people trust you, and then you weaponize that trust against them to lie to them and feed them narratives that are untrue and slander other people and engage in the same greasy, slimy behavior that you gain their trust calling out. This is why I said egregious. It takes someone saying something, doing something egregious for me to be like, I don't want to consume their content anymore. You know, I'll give you an example just to paint the picture for you guys. If I built my whole career off of, like, for instance, with makeup and things like that, if I build my whole career being honest with you guys about different products and telling you what works, what doesn't work, and giving honest reviews, pointing out when companies are trying to pay me to lie about their products, and just pointing out all of this. And then 5 years later, after I've built that trust with you, and you feel like when you hear a review from me that it's going to be real spiel, I will have actually worn the makeup, tested it out, all of that, and what I'm saying is honest. And then after that fact, after 5 years of building up that trust, then I just start taking deal after deal after deal, shilling you a bunch of nonsense, haven't even tested. And then you guys go and buy it up because you trust me, because I spent 5 years building that trust. Why? So I can then weaponize it against you, so I can get you to click those affiliate links and put money in my pocket. That's fucking slimy. It's beyond just a character quirk, or just, you know, an accident, or just, you know, you just kind of do something and then you have to think about it, be like, you know what, I didn't like how I did that. It goes beyond that. This is calculated. Mr. Donnie said, I don't want no smoke with Sandra. Look, I don't want smoke with people either. But the moment you do some disingenuous nonsense like this, I gotta unload the clip. And by clip, I mean clips of you condemning the very behavior you are engaging in.
I said, yo, this is September 20th. The debate was September 22nd. He said, yes, sir. I said, chillin', Brody. Appreciate you getting back with me. Would you be open to discussing the Kirk situation? I recently did a reaction to your latest drop about it, and I personally have differing opinions regarding it, but I imagine it would be a dope adult combo, especially with all the toxic nonsense going on. That was my extension to him to chop it up. After the video, I posted that he clearly felt a way about, right?
There's no negative energy there. Stevie is just coming off as a very genuine person. He's just going to have his cards out on the table. He's not trying to manipulate. He's not trying to hide anything. He's just saying, yeah, look, I have this video about you. It's up so you can see it. I disagree with your talking points. I disagree with this, that, and the third, whoop de whoop. I think it would be a good conversation. You know, we could just chop it up on stream. It'd be fun. You cool people, maybe this is just a misunderstanding.
He said, sure. How about Monday? What time you thinking? Anytime afternoon, 5 p.m. probably best for most viewers, or did you want to chat offline? I personally did, but the convo would be good for others to see. Did you want to go live?
Even originally, Stevie's saying that they could have just had the conversation offline. Does this look like somebody that's just doing this for views? Mr. He's made 5 videos. If even this whole conversation that sparked all of this, he was cool with having it offline where we wouldn't know anything about it.
Nah, we can talk offline if you prefer. I'm good either way, boss. But yeah, anytime afternoon on Monday. I bet. Okay, just seeing the vid now. Okay, let's do it online. Because he felt the way.
So he saw the video, he knew how he felt about it. Rather than communicating with Stevie and saying, look, I feel some type of way about what you said to me in the video, letting him know he was in a hostile environment. Stevie's still thinking, we're cool. Yeah, you saw the video? Yeah, let's talk about it. And here's Abba's just seething. I can't wait to get... I would want to know if the person that I'm talking to has some kind of vendetta against me. I would want to know if the person I'm talking to is angry. Because if I don't know that, my guard is down. But see, that's what ABBA wanted. He wanted Stevie's guard down. Then that means ABBA can manipulate the conversation during the live stream so that he can clip it certain ways, so that he can do certain things with the video, which we've seen that he's done. That's slimy AF.
It makes sense now, going back to it. I think our audiences would benefit from seeing us disagree on this topic and talking it out. Where's the negative energy? You heard him say all the energy was the same. All right. For sure, online meaning live or pre-recorded. Live is better. Folks can see it in full on either platform. When do you want to go live? What do you use to go live? OBS, blah, 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 blah. And this is planning logistics of it.
So he's just chopping up with him like, it's no big deal. Yeah, we disagree, but it's cool. But now everything is going to switch up after the live stream. Next is, you a clown. Where was all that here? Where was that you a clown? Here, it's, hey, boss. I'm good, boss. Ugh. It's giving Mean Girls.
Oh my God. I love your skirt. Where did you get it?
It was my mom's in the 80s.
I gotta pause it because, you know, they like to take your money from your streams and all of that.
Vintage. So adorable.
This is ABBA. Regina George is ABBA. This is Stevie, thinking it's all good.
Thanks.
That is the ugliest effing skirt I've ever seen.
Is that or is that not that's the same behavior? And that's why Stevie keeps calling him a bitch. And that's why I'm calling him a bitch as well. If you want to behave like a bitch, then we're going to call you a bitch. We're going to show you as the bitch you are. Me looking at these DMs and looking at how you made it seem like y'all were cool. Hey, boss, you're moving like a female. And not even like a older, wise female. No, you're moving like a high school bitch. A little catty broad sitting up in algebra, first period, on her period. Real individuals will look at you and they'll see all this and all they'll be able to think is, dang, that nigga a bitch. That is exactly what comes to mind. And that's why you had to get dog walked.
I said, bet. Oh, hold on, wait. I'm gonna add some more context to it, just so y'all can see the type of energy he and I had. Yeah, OBS, but I do calls on Discord or Google Meet, stream the call. Bet, I'm familiar with Google Meet, and again, I'm not looking for no bullshit, bro. Just a productive convo that can benefit everyone.
This is Stevie. Transparency. He's showing ABBA his hands. This is ABBA hiding shit. Hiding how he feels about him. Hiding his anger. Full drinking, half thinking. Thank you so much. You said you put this in a body bag. Very linear. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, I don't think Stevie is able to do it himself. But we're not going to sit over here and allow this tether to slander Stevie in this way. Now, if there are other things that you want to criticize this man for, by all means, you know, I'm not his keeper, okay? There are things that Stevie said that I disagree with, right? But what we're not gonna do is lie. What we're not gonna do is manipulate and weaponize the trust that our audiences have to lie about somebody because we have a personal vendetta against them because our feelings are hurt about a damn video.
LMAO, this ain't no Sadia Khan situation. You're good.
This ain't no Sadia bullshit. It absolutely is. And even him saying that is slimy. Again, weaponizing trust. He weaponized trust against Stevie because he saw that Stevie trusted him. So he weaponized it. Yeah, this isn't a Sadia Khan situation. I'm not going to do this. And then proceeds to do it. Maybe not in the same exact fashion, but it's the same type of lying, sneaky, slimy behavior. Same-ish, just different format.
Bet. Sounds good, Brody. Everything else good with you? Hey, boss, I'm good. In the middle of a move, so I'm busy, but I'm good for the night. Hope you're good, too. All good, bro.
Hope you're good, too. I thought you had the same energy, ABBA. I hope you're good, too.
Life don't stop. What up, Brody? Can we postpone it a bit tonight? Will 6:30 work? That's logistics. Yo, what's the move? Do you have a meet link or do you want me to drop one? Hey, boss, I'll drop a link in 5. Almost up. Bet. Let's tap in before we go live. Here's the fucking link that we had to go live. We did the live. After the fucking live. Appreciate it again, Brody. Dope shit. Thank you, boss.
Oh, it was the same energy. Is this the same energy, ABBA? How was that the same energy? That's not the same as Oh, you a clown. How is that the same? It's not. You're lying. If I feel some type of way about somebody and I'm angry with them and I have all these feelings and I think that they're a clown, I'm not gonna sit over here and say, thank you, boss, and give a high five emoji.
Right? So all this positive energy, all these good vibes, but the whole time he's thinking I called him a manipulator and liar, right? When you get a minute, can I pick your brain about some YouTube shit? And he left me a voicemail, he's voice chat saying anytime.
I wish he would have played it.
No negative energy. Bet. All right, so I went through all this shit with y'all before where he exposed himself like crazy.
So now, after he posts his exposed Stevie video where he's making fun of him saying he should have got those school lunches, now it's you're a clown this, that, and the third, enjoy your grift, daddy Kirk. How on earth is that the same energy? There's a big difference between, hey boss, appreciate it, all this other stuff, and you a clown. Oh, it was the same energy. Bullshit. I really wish Stevie played the voice note, because that would have been even better. But like I said, he's not the best at debating, which is unfortunate, because this was easy. This was light work. Because look, my stream, I get views on my videos, but it's not gonna get as far as it nearly should. And that's the unfortunate part. As much as we talk about these broads who put cases on people, right? Lying that they were SA'd, lying that this and that, all that happened to them, and how angry we get about these bitches that lie, and we want to expose them for the liars that they are, the unfortunate part about it is, I don't know if anyone with a bigger channel than mine is doing a reaction like this that is going to point out exactly how ABBA is full of shit. So unfortunately, this motherfucker is gonna get away with it. The same way these broads get away with lying on men saying they were SA'd, the same exact way. Unfortunately, ABBA's gonna get away with being a disingenuous little bitch, because unfortunately, Stevie isn't able to articulate it. Because you done assassinated this man's character. He pulls out a video and your audience floods to just leave hate comments. But then something like this is just, it's not gonna reach enough people to put them on game about how ABBA's being a little bitch. They get this part of the story, they don't get the rest of it. And that's the unfortunate part.
Give y'all context, dog. Wasn't no ill will, wasn't no bullshit, wasn't no animosity, bruh. You hear him saying I had the same energy with him the whole fucking time, dog. From that to your own comment sections roasting you for how goofy you are and how you notice none of your new fans you're bootlicking for are defending you. You're going to try to call me fake when you launched a video out of nowhere calling me a liar and someone manufacturing narratives, bro.
What I need you to understand, this is a hit dog hollering. All it is, he's mad, you call me a liar, manipulator, That's a hit dog hollering. But he was definitely right about ABBA and how slimy and greasy and disgusting he is. So the hit dog was hollering. And unfortunately, a lot of people aren't going to see this video. Enough people aren't going to see this video, see the outline of how disgusting ABBA is. And they're just going to continue on with the narrative, effectively slandering his name. If you don't take anything else from this live outside of ABBA being a bitch, take this. Do not allow people to weaponize trust against you. I don't care how much you trust anyone. Their word should be held up against receipts, against evidence. If they can't show you evidence, show you proof, it's up to you to not take things as face value because you trust them. Because as we can see, a trustworthy motherfucker can weaponize that very trust against you. So no matter who it is, do not be captured. Do not be a stan. It's okay to enjoy the content by all means. If you, after this, still want to rock with ABBA and Preach, by all means, that is your prerogative. I'm not here to tell you not to do it. By all means, go watch their videos, support their content, all of that. But at least be skeptical. When they tell you about somebody else, especially if they don't bring up facts and evidence and context, don't just take their word as bond and then just have this negative belief about somebody. That's like you go into a room and somebody tells you, oh yeah, that person, da-da-da-da-da. And then you start treating them some kind of way based off of what some motherfucker just told you. You haven't experienced that person. You don't know what they're about, but you're gonna mistreat them off of what somebody else said? Find out for yourself. It was a long video, but it was a lot of fun. I had a great time walking this tether. Deuces.
you.